Today is December 13th, and I never did load the video when I first put these into the Bombastic tote. And my niece, Sabrina Cherry, you know who you are. So I have these 5 daikon radishes that are just thrilled with the weather. It's been kind of cold. Those in the 5 white cups here. This was some deer tongue lettuce that I just set down in here. I don't know if it's going to do very well. I think I waited too long to get it into deeper soil. I've got a couple of Swiss chard growing here that I put in as seed. This is a purple, the darker, whiter leaves. This is a purple sprouting broccoli from a seed from my plants that went to seed this spring. And I started it inside and had it in the paper cup thing. You can see the paper cup's still there. And then this is a mustard. And I don't know if it's going to not get enough sun or what, but it hasn't done a whole lot. But the radishes are just doing beautifully. So I'm very excited about what I'll get in terms of daikon radish a little later this year. And the leaves look beautiful. I believe you can cook them like greens, so that might be interesting too. So I'm just really, really excited about that. Alexa tote on December 13th. If I have footage from November, I'll include it. I have been harvesting from the wildfire lettuce and from this deer tongue lettuce and from this rosy bok choy. I have not harvested anything from this. This is a pollinating plant, Agostiki. It's called Heat Wave, so it's a red. And then I have, these were itty bitty tiny Egyptian walking onions, and now they're growing. And yes, I have an onion in with my deer tongue lettuce. And this is lemon thyme, and it seems to be much happier than the one I have in a smaller container. So we'll see how that goes. Also excited about that. I haven't done anything at all in the Angevin tote. Today's December 13th. You can see that my Egyptian walking onions do not like the cold, and also there's entirely too many of them in here. I need to split them up, I think, in the spring. And then the little bitty greens are all celery. So as they get a little bit bigger, like this one right here, I'll probably pull that up and plant it in something else, or I might plant it down here into the tote itself. The rosemary, it's doing okay, but not great. And this silly volunteer tomato plant is still trying to grow tomatoes. I haven't gotten any that are that get ripe enough to eat well, but there's tomatoes on there, so we'll see what happens. This is the Jackaroo tote. You know who you are. I know who you are, who asked me to name this. So in here I have 4 Earliana cabbage. And I just got these out in the past week. Down the center and across the outside edges are garlic from the garlic I bought at the store. I buy a big bag of garlic at Costco because I like fresh garlic in my chili beans, and I make those every week. So, but some of them started sprouting, so I brought them out here to see what happens. And you can see I cut the tops off a couple of them before I transplanted them, but these were inside for a while. So I thinned out the lettuce in this dish pan, and clearly they like it because they're growing much bigger. I ate the thinnings, and what I'll probably do is thin it to maybe 2 or 3 in here, and then there's little Egyptian walking onions in here with them, and I think that's grass. And that's probably a weed. And then my strawberries are in the back. They're still living, so that's fine. But there's no, and they were actually trying to throw strawberries. I don't know if you can see these little green strawberries. I don't think they're going to ripen. It's kind of too cold. It is December 13th after all. Here's my lemongrass that I have had for a year or 2. I honestly don't remember if this is the one I got from my neighbor or if this is the one I bought at Morning Sun Herb Farm. Today's December 13th. But I did cut off some leaves and put them in my teapot and steeped it for a while. And it's a very pleasant tea. And so I did a little bit, but I think I'm going to cut off this one that's broken and do that. And I may do that regularly. My walking onions are fine. The lemon verbena, it's okay. It doesn't love it here, but it's okay. My French sorrel or green sorrel is still doing pretty well down here. I'm not sure what that white papering. Oh, it's from the plant. Oh, it's where it's growing a new leaf. Okay. And then the deer tongue lettuce over here is doing pretty well. So I've been picking from that regularly. And while I'm here, that's Winifred. And while I'm at Winifred, here's Barb, the Barb tote. And I have one of my purple sprouting broccoli. It's doing quite well. And then there's an Olympia spinach in the back. This is Black Magic lacinato or dinosaur kale that is growing back from the root where I had it this spring. And then, of course, my Egyptian walking onions. This one's trying to walk. It's so cold, but it's trying to walk anyway. The San Marzano tomato does not like the cold. I think the yellow pear is much better with the cold than the San Marzano. I'm contemplating seriously pulling a couple of suckers, maybe tomorrow, from my tomatoes. It is December 13th. Now, I looked at the 90-day or 100-day forecast in my AccuWeather, and we don't have any frost coming. No freezes. So these might actually last until spring if I kind of cut them back, but I hate to cut them back when they're still putting out flowers, you know? But I do have a couple of San Marzanos. I'll probably get at least 2 more tomatoes. They're more orange than red. They look a lot redder than in the phone screen than they do with the naked eye. Yep. And there's my big, beautiful skeleton rose geranium. I'm probably going to do cuttings from that one, too. There's my one celery still growing every now and then. Like next time I harvest from it, I'll take this biggest stalk. And then these 2 stalks are brand new since I harvested the last one. So that's been a lot of fun. Over on the side of the house, I have my Sarah tote. This huge monster back here is a broccoli, DeCicco broccoli from Morning Summertime. And of course, walking onions. And this is a geranium piece that I transplanted, and it seems to be doing okay. This one down here and this one over here by the pitcher, those are sweet potatoes. They don't know they're not supposed to be growing. And then you can barely see, this is one of my wildfire lettuce. It's kind of red. I've got another purple sprouting broccoli, a mustard. Both of those are from my own seeds. I think this one is a daikon, but I'm not sure. And that one is a spinach. And then I put spinach back in the back right, mustard in the back left. I stuck pomegranate seedlings. I'm just testing things. And you can see that the cabbage moths got to these. All the ones in the cups in the main container here are purple sprouting broccoli. That one's doing very well, though, so that's really exciting to see. Here's my carry tote. And I finally pulled up the cucumber. This one had cucumber and cantaloupe. I finally pulled up the cucumber and ate the tiny cucumber that was the size of my baby finger or less. I ate that in today's salad. There's another purple sprouting broccoli. I have a lot of seeds. I wanted to see how much they'd sprout, and I got almost 100% sprouted. Deer tongue lettuce. It's starting to grow back from the base, so I think I just need to tear off all these diseased ones and see what I get. Oops, I just broke that one completely. It's kind of cold out here. It's like 49 degrees is the high today in Celsius. And to my friend Deban in Australia, it's cold. Pretty much anything under 65 for her is cold. Oh, so I was showing you the ugly cup because I was busy doing this, grooming this. This one is a collard, top bunch collard, Swiss chard from seed. The collard is from the Morning Sun Herb Farm. Nothing new over here, except I put another purple sprouting broccoli down there, and I still think that may be a daikon. But look at my purple tree collard. It was just waiting for this weather. This is one of the medium leaves. Look at this one. It's the size of my hand. Isn't that beautiful? So I will probably be harvesting a few of those this coming weekend and cooking them in with my chili veg. I won't need to buy greens. This collard, it's seen better days, but I'm not sure how it's going to do. Black Magic Kale. This one I pulled out from, this is Annie Tote. So this Black Magic Kale I pulled out from the sprouts that were growing back from the roots from last year's. This one I'm pretty sure is a mustard daikon. I don't know which that one is. This one's mustard. This one is spinach. And then this is another one of the, this was one of the wildfire lettuce, but only the green curly seemed to do okay. The red one didn't last with this. Here's my chocolate mint trying to recover, my peppermint way back there. I cut it all back because it was all getting weedy. I moved my rosemary, and I started my filming because here's this little winter squash. I had a seed package from 3 years ago of mixed winter squash. And this one decided it was going to throw a squash back in October. But can you see? One of my regular visitors seems to have tried to find out if it was tasty. But I didn't catch who it was on my camera. But that just cracks me up. I'm just letting it stay to see what happens. There's one of the celeries that I pulled out from the Angevin tote, and I replanted it a few weeks ago, and we'll see how that does. And these are just ones that I haven't done much with. Okay, here's the right smart pot. What has different? I finally pulled the bean plant out, did that this past weekend. I am going to plant green peas, the climbing variety. I'm going to plant 4 of them, where each of the 4 things, and I made the teepee shape because it's more stable. This over here is a transplanted purple tree collard. So we're going to see how it does. I think it's going to survive. There's another purple sprouting broccoli. That's cilantro. I think I may plant some more seeds in there and put a little more soil on top. This one is the Desico broccoli. That's a green broccoli. All that's got is walking onions in the pot that's in the bucket. And then my red vein sorrel is much happier in this weather than it was in the sun. I don't think it likes super hot weather, so that's good to know. And then this is a purple of Sicily broccoli. This is the same one from last year that's still growing. This one's growing out from the root. And the cabbage moths have been getting to it. But I think I'm probably going to cut it out and pull the roots, actually pull them out, because I think I'm going to relocate the some of the things in here. I may move that pole that's between the purple tree collard and the purple sprouting broccoli over here to where the cilantro pot is, because I can move that pot. The cilantro's not going underneath. Yeah. This is an unnamed tote. I don't know what I'm going to name this one, and it's just kind of here. This one I'm pretty sure is a celery. This one is one of the Earliana cabbage. That's the same as the one I put with the hood over it. This is another deer tongue. Again, I left them too long in just these little pots, the deer tongue lettuce. I didn't get them into soil soon enough. And that's a lesson for me that I need to not go crazy when I go out to Mornings on Herb Farm. Maybe go 2 or 3 times a year instead of just once or twice. And then only buy 4 or 5 things instead of a bunch of flats. These are my zinnias. I'm letting them dry out. And once they're a little more dry, I will chop them up and put them in my composter. Oh yeah, I was going to add more paper, but it's not going to happen today. And then here's the sweet potato patch. I don't know if I'm going to do sweet potatoes here next year. I'm still deciding on that. But right now, the tomatoes are still going strong. Look at that. See? It's still throwing freaking flowers. This silly tomato plant. But apparently those are the ones that grow the best are the volunteers, which these are. Look at this one. It's taller than the fence. This is like a 6-foot fence. Yeah, because it's taller. It's at least 6 feet because it's taller. It's clearly higher than my head. Yeah. So there's that one.